What's up, nerds and nerdettes and we little nerdies all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G from Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. So we are doing a Tabletop Takeout Tuesday, and I got a game to talk to you about. I went through the list, and I've said this 3 times already, I think. I went through the list and I found something that wasn't on the list, and I was like, how is this not on the list already? So it's time to put it on the list. And that game, my friends, that we're going to sit down and talk about today, Tyrants of the Underdark by Gale Force 9, a Dungeons & Dragons set game set specifically in the Forgotten Realms setting with the Drow. So, why don't we get started talking about this game? And we are not outside. Yeah, so this is actually Monday night. I'm recording this because there's supposed to be a massive storm hitting New York City tomorrow. Thunder, lightning, on and off all day, or at least the thunder is on all day. The storm is going to be rolling through to one degree or another, they're saying. So I'm not even going to take a chance. I'm trying to go outside and film. So I'm doing this tonight. So that's why I'm inside. I've been trying to get back outside. I like doing those, but I'm not going to take the chance. So I don't want to have to rush home and try to take care of all this at the end of the day tomorrow. Don't like rushing when I don't have to. Who does? So we are talking about Tyrants of the Underdark. And like any good Tabletop Takeout Tuesday, I got my notes right here because I don't want to leave anything important on my mind out, that's for sure. So Tabletop Takeout Tuesday for my new viewers. This is not a review, it's not a preview. It's me talking about a game that I like, talking about it in a sense that I'm, trying to convince my friends that it's got to get to the table. It's basically what this is. Tabletop Takeout. Yes. Take it out to the tabletop. I don't know. I like alliteration. What can I say, my friends? So, this is an area control game. This is a deck building game. This is a combination of the both of them. I really like area control games, and I'm so on the deck building games. It really kind of comes down to theme, franchise, and whatever else catches my attention about it, really. I'm not the kind of person that goes, oh, it's a deck building game, I gotta go get it. But I have played deck building games I like, and most of them I'm so on, like I said. But this combines both, and that's very interesting. I know Ryan, Twin-Sided Warrior, the Rye Man, he really digs this game, and I think that's partly because of the combination. He loves area control games, and the combination with the deck building really grabbed his attention. So that's a nice little combination to start with. Now, this is Dungeons & Dragons based game, so of course you're going to have some sort of appreciation for Dungeons & Dragons, or at least curiosity about it, if nothing else. That'll definitely help you get into the whole thematic sense of it, the feel of it. It'll really put you into the heart of the game, that's for sure. And because this is set in the underworld, it makes for a perfect theme setting for the type of game it is, because they're Drow. So this game with political Machiavellian tactics on top of troop movements is a really fine fit for the Drow and the Underdark. So that right there, that's a win when you put that together. Now, this game runs on 2 resources. I like that. It's just 2 simple resources that each do their own specific thing. You use your influence at the marketplace, and that's how you get your minions. And this is how you're building your deck this way, is by getting these minions that all have their own special abilities, things that they can do, troops that they can send, other influence that they can give you to get more cards into your deck, more minions. So it's highly important to manage this deck. Now, in a lot of the deck building games, you either kind of get stuck with the bad cards, the beginning cards, or you can work them out of your deck. This has something I really like. You do work them out of your deck, but what the system is called is you're able to promote the cards. So the base to possibly no points that these cards are worth by themselves, you can actually tack on another couple of points when you promote these cards. And it's not just the bad cards, the beginning cards. Every card in the game, as far as I can recall, is promotable, and that will get it more points. But it makes a really great system to get these cards you don't need anymore, to get it out of your hand, out of your deck, to help make your deck more powerful. But at the same time, you're not losing anything. In fact, you're gaining a little bit. Not a lot, but you're gaining a little bit, and that's better than gaining nothing, and that's a heck of a lot better than losing everything. So I really like the way that system is set up, and I think that's something that players that are familiar with deck building games may also like. I don't know how, since I'm not a big, huge deck building player, I don't know how often this is incorporated into that theme. This is the first time that I've played a game that has that, and that's one of the reasons why I like it as a deck building game. So you're using the influence to get these minions cards into your deck, and what you're doing with your power is primarily, that's how you're moving your troops to gain control of these areas. Now, in a lot of area control games, once an area is gotten, once it is controlled, hence the name, my friends. Once an area is controlled, usually until the end of the turn, the round, the epoch, the era, however the game is divided into, that spot is pretty much gone. This is an area control game where that's not the case. You can move troops in, you can send spies in to put influence for yourself in there, or troops, like I said, to take it over and make it your area. And that really ramps up. I use that phrase a lot, don't I? that really builds up, not much different, John, the whole system that you're playing with, and that really draws me to the game. It makes me want to get to the game, to the table more often. Now, because of the way this whole spies and troop movements work into areas, it causes, I guess what I could best call like this wild pendulum effect of controllership, ownership of these areas, because it's not static. It can switch and swing constantly. So you're never guaranteed 100% that what you're getting from that area, the points and everything, for ownership of that is actually going to be yours. And I really like that. It's a little chaotic, but it's not chaos, because it all happens through planned movements. So it's a little chaotic, creates a little chaotic scene, but in itself it is not chaos. Does that make sense? Do you follow me on that? Because that's the way it really comes off to me. Now, I've been mentioning these minions that you get for building your deck up. The game comes with 4 minion decks. It calls them 4 half decks. And that's for a reason, because to make a minion deck for a game, you're going to take 2 of the half decks and shuffle them, and then shuffle them together. And that's how you're going to make your minion deck for that game. I know there's at least one expansion that brings in undead and aberrations into the mix, which I haven't gotten yet, and I want to get, just because of, for the exact reason that expansion is made. And that's to bring more to the game, to give you more possibilities. And I'm always for more possibilities in games. And wow, that covers everything on my notes. So let me just ramble off the top of my head. I like the way the game is divided. The game board, that is divided. If you're playing 2 players, 3 players, or 4 players, is really cool. If you're playing 2 players, you're just using the center area on the board. For 3 players, the center area and one of the sides. And then 4 players, can you guess? That's right, the center and both sides you're going to be using. So this helps control not just the time of the game, but the power structure of the game, actually. And I think that it does that in a very good way to keep a 2-player game not much different than a 4-player game as far as time and power struggle goes. That works in really, really nice. Now, Gale Force 9 has been, I think, wow, they've been hitting 110% for capturing theme in games. If you're the kind of gamer and you really like theme, like myself, Gale Force 9, you got to start looking into their games because they just drip of theme. You know, like I remember in the '60s, Hammer Studios was called the studio that dripped blood. You know, and it's like I kind of feel like Gale Force 9 is the company that bleeds theme. You know, it's definitely the way they're coming off. They're doing a great job on that. So if you're a D&D fan, especially if you're a fan of R.E. Salvatore and Drizzt and the Underworld stuff, and you're looking for a game that captures that feeling. I mean, it doesn't capture the feeling of going out on adventures like Drizzt does, but the feeling of the Underdark itself, with the troop movements and minions and spies being sent into houses and political backstabbing and all that, and promises being made and promises being broken. This is the theme game you definitely want to get to the table and play, and you're going to want to do that more than once because there's so many ways you can play the tactics out, and the cards bring in such a nice, sometimes it can be horrible when it's too much, but this brings in a really nice mix of luck and luck of the drawer. And I've never found it to be too muddling. Some games it can really just get bogged down, but I've never experienced that with Tyrants of the Underdark. So there you go. Great game to hit to the table for Tabletop Takeout Tuesday, my friends. That was Tyrants of the Underdark. So go check that game out. Thank you everyone for checking us out and following us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Thank you, of course, as always, for subscribing to us here on YouTube, for liking and commenting our videos, and spreading the word about Two Gun Pixie. If you like Two Gun Pixie, then let your friends know about it. One of the best ways to do that is to share our videos. So please feel free to share our videos on your favorite social media sites. Nobody's going to watch Two Gun Pixie if they don't know Two Gun Pixie is here to watch. So I'm your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie. And my friends, hi!